Welcome Miss Takesa
Thank
Frank.
you, Vikram.
She's a proud young Aboriginal woman from the Ewing country on the south coast of NSW, Australia. With a deep connection to her heritage, she has been an unwavering advocate for young people and the environment from an early age. Her passion for environmental preservation and culture protection is rooted in her academic background, holding a bachelor's degree in geography. For over 5 years, she has timelessly championed causes such as safeguarding native forests, advocating for Aboriginal sacred sites, promoting youth mental well being, and creating opportunities for young people in regional areas. Her dedication and leadership earned her the prestigious 2023 Bob Brown Foundation Young Environmentalist of the Year award, a testament to her impactful work in protecting native forests. A relentless commitment to amplifying the voice of youth and preserving the forest marks her as a visionary leader and passionate guardian for her community and the land. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and put your hands together to welcome Miss Takesa Frank.
Hello, everyone.
Namaste, Takesha ji. So happy to have you here, and we are delighted to listen from you from Australia. Friends, she'll be talking about harnessing the power of youth, awakening the next generation change makers, which she herself is. Over to you. Next 13 minutes are all yours.
Great. Thank you for having me today. Before I begin, I would like to pay respects to First Nations elders across this beautiful planet and join in common respect for our Mother Earth. I pay thanks to all First Nations elders for caring and protecting country and mob since the first sunrise. We must continue to listen and learn from elders to have a sustainable environment and thriving communities. I'd like to acknowledge my elders, aunties, sisters, and all First Nations women who have been at the forefront of advocating for the protection of our environment, their communities, and future generations. From defending country against industries to leading movements for clean water and sustainable practices, First Nations women have demonstrated strength, wisdom, and courage in the face of adversity. As we work towards a more sustainable and equitable future, it is vital to centre the voices and leadership of First Nations women in environmental advocacy and policymaking. I would also like to acknowledge the ongoing resistance in Palestine and the courage of the Palestinian people in the face of long-standing injustices. By recognising and honouring their struggle, we affirm our commitment to upholding human rights, international law, and the principles and justice of freedom for all humans, everywhere. Let us acknowledge the resilience and resistance of the Palestinian people, celebrate their strength and perseverance, and commit to supporting their struggle for a just and peaceful future. Together, we can build a world where all people can live with dignity, security, and freedom. In fact, let us acknowledge all those across the world who stand in the face of adversity and oppression, and may they find the strength to continue to share their own storylines, their own songlines. I'm a proud Aboriginal woman living on Ewing country on the south coast of Australia. And if you look at that map, the little circle is where I am. My name, Takesa, is a traditional Aboriginal name, which means to protect me from the elements: water, fire, air, and earth. And in return, I protect the elements from environmental destruction each day. I often reflect on my childhood and the privilege I had getting to grow up in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I grew up surrounded by culture, listening to stories from my elders and the struggles that they had faced growing up. And there are moments where I remember feeling so connected to country and culture that I feel it deep in my soul, and there aren't words in the dictionary to explain it. I engaged in my first ever tree sit to protest against public native logging in 2023. I spent 10 hours up 20 meters in a tree, learning to only climb the day before. While I was up there, a 6-foot girawa came up, also known as a goanna. For anyone that doesn't know what a goanna is, it's kind of like a large lizard, kind of looks like a dinosaur and has quite big claws. It was a bit scary at the time. I was in a bed frame which we'd hauled up, and it was connected to logging machines. The girawa sat on a branch above me for about 5 hours. And just as the police turned up and were trying to read out the charges that they were going to give me, the girawa started to come back down the tree and came onto my tree sit and sat next to me. And there was a blanket at the end, and I ended up having to move the girawa slightly off the bed frame because they can be quite dangerous. And then it went down that tree and scuttled up another one. The girawa is the local totem. Oh yeah, and now there's a photo of a goanna for anyone that wants to see. The girawa is the local totem for Maramarang custodians of that area. It felt a bit like the girawa was there also trying to protect the tree with me, showing me some solidarity. The following day, one of the loggers sent me a photo of them cutting that tree down. I went out the day after to see the tree, and all that was left was a stump. This is a moment of connecting to country that I think about a lot. The loss of this tree hurts me and every person who understands our connection, everyone who knows that we are country. We are not different to nature, but we are part of it. We need to protect our environment to allow us humans to thrive. I think a lot of people forget that today. We live in a fast-paced world that revolves around productivity, success, and social media. Every young person is a change maker. Each has the deep-rooted ability to make a difference, whether within their friendship groups, families, schools, sports teams, or local communities. The key question is how we engage young people to recognize and embrace the potential they have. In today's world, when scrolling through social media or browsing the internet, it's common to encounter young changemakers on a global stage, figures like Greta Thunberg, who have gained significant attention for their impactful advocacy. While such visibility can be inspiring, it also can be quite intimidating for some young people. They may feel that creating change at such a significant level is out of reach for them and that their efforts would never measure up. To counter this reality, we must also highlight and celebrate young changemakers who are affecting change on a smaller scale. These grassroots initiatives often have profound impacts on local communities and illustrate that every action, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement. It's essential to showcase a variety of pathways to change, demonstrating that impactful contributions can be made in everyday situations. I want to share a little bit about my own change-making journey. I don't come from a privileged background, nor do I have family that holds positions of leadership in my community. I've learned that change doesn't have to be loud or large scale. Some of the most meaningful transformations begin with the simple acts of kindness, support, or advocacy in one's own community. Following one's heart and being guided by what we are called to do and doing it. My change-making journey began at my local regional public high school. I'll let everyone in on a little secret. When I first started high school, I spent most of my lunchtimes in detention, always caught up in some sort of trouble. However, everything changed when a teacher approached me one day and asked if I would be interested in helping with the school's Toast program. The Toast program is a student-led initiative where the school receives donated bread from a local bakery. A group of students arrives early to make toast for those who might not have the opportunity or time to make breakfast before school. This was the first time I was ever offered a responsibility that involved giving back to the community. To be honest, I'm not sure why I initially said yes, but I did. Participating in the Toast program was my first experience as a change maker. Through this initiative, I discovered a love for giving back to the community and helping others, an unexpected passion that has since shaped my perspective. For many, the idea of making toast for high school students in a regional part of Australia might not seem significant. Yet it was enough to open my eyes to the fact, as a young person, I could create change in the lives of others, no matter how small that change might have been. This experience taught me that every action counts and that every simple gesture can have a profound impact. It was empowering to know I played a role in ensuring that my peers had a healthy start to their day. That realization ignited a desire within me to seek out more opportunities to help others and make a positive difference in my community. From that moment on, I became more engaged in various initiatives, each building on the lessons I learned from previous experiences. My journey began with a teacher believing in me, a simple act of kindness, and it has shown me the incredible potential we all have to affect change, no matter our background or the scale of our efforts. Creating meaningful change in society, especially among young people, requires a varied approach. Engaging young people in efforts to addressing pressing issues such as climate change can be highly effective when facilitated through kindness, education, hope building, and simplification of change, and highlighting the ripple effect of their actions. I have identified 5 key strategies to help activate young people to create lasting change. The first one is being heard through kindness and encouragement. At the core of activating young people lies the fundamental principle of being heard. Kindness and encouragement creates a nurturing environment that encourages young people to express their thoughts, aspirations, and concerns. When young people feel valued and respected in discussions, they are more likely to participate actively and share their ideas. Encouraging teachers, community leaders, and mentors to listen actively and respond supportively can embolden young people to become advocates for change. When they receive affirmation for their contributions, they feel empowered to take further steps, knowing that their ideas are impactful and worthy of consideration. Number 2 is education. Education plays a pivotal role in activating young people's potential to create change. Knowledge equips them with the tools and understanding necessary to tackle issues like climate change. By integrating climate education into school curriculums and offering workshops, lessons, and information focused on environmental sustainability, we can provide young people with the skills needed to become informed advocates. Interactive learning methods can enhance engagement and the retention of knowledge. For example, hands-on activities like community cleanups, tree planting, or creating sustainability projects can demonstrate the practical implications of climate education. Number 3 is instilling hope and resilience in young people. Hope is a powerful motivator, especially in the face of daunting challenges like climate change. Many young people may feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of global issues, but instilling hope and resilience can inspire action. Developing a mindset that views challenges as opportunities for growth, that asks us to change and transform to take on the challenge rather than obstacles is crucial. To instill this sense of hope, it is essential to establish narratives that highlight solutions rather than merely focusing on the problems. Showcasing young climate activists who are making an impact, like Greta Thunberg, and local community leaders can inspire other young people. Sharing stories of resilience, adaptation, and creativity encourages young people to see themselves in challenges, reinforcing the belief that they can contribute to positive change. Even in the midst of uncertainty, a sense of possibility can emerge when young people believe their efforts can influence real change. Number 4 is simplifying the change and doing the thing. Changing the world can seem like an unbeatable task. I know, I've been there. And this perception often leads to inaction. Simplifying the process of creating change encourages young people to engage in small, manageable actions that collectively contribute to greater impact. This do the thing mentality removes the barriers to entry and empowers young people to take tangible steps towards their goals. For example, young advocates can initiate local initiatives such as recycling programs, community gardens, or awareness campaigns around energy conservation. By breaking down larger projects into smaller, actionable tasks, they can begin to see the transformative power of their efforts. These micro actions serve as jumping off points, demonstrating that every small step counts and can lead to significant outcomes. Number 5, and lucky last, is showing the ripple effect. One of the most inspiring aspects of activism is understanding the ripple effect, how small changes can lead to larger impacts. Encouraging young people to recognize the interconnectedness of their actions helps reinforce their sense of agency and self-advocacy. It is vital to highlight pathways to change, showing them how their local actions fit into larger global movements. Eradicating the idea that one must always take on leadership roles alone is essential. Emphasizing collaboration and the importance of working together towards a common goal can foster a sense of community among young activists. Creating networks where they can share experiences, support each other, and link with experienced advocates can enrich their journey and provide additional motivation. Awakening the next generation of change makers is not merely an investment in the future, it is necessary for the present. By creating a culture of engagement, fostering education opportunities, instilling hope, Celebrating the ripple effect of their actions, we can empower young people to embrace their role as leaders. By harnessing their passion, creativity, and determination, we can collectively address the pressing issues of our time and pave the way for a more equitable and sustainable world. The change begins with them, and the possibilities are limitless. Here we are, our hearts connecting across vast oceans, united by a shared purpose. Our mission is to create a safety net that holds the dreams and aspirations of our young people. We must protect these precious gifts, for they have the power to lift us all up, representing the best we have to offer. The renewal of human spirit lies in the hands of our young people as we rediscover nature as our lodestone, our mother, our teacher, our everything. Remember, human nature is intertwined with nature itself. We are one and the same. Thank you.
Very profound, Takesha ji. And you started with your First Nation, invoking the First Nations, and then you shared your journey with the Giora, which is very intriguing for all of us. We all could connect with it. Thank you very much for taking us throughout your journey of involvement, how your teacher inspired you, and how that sense of responsibility turned your life. It's very inspiring to listen. Let's remain in touch. Thank you very much. Most welcome.
Thank you.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Ms. Takesa Frank for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much.